Welcome back to The.BabeBar,
The.BabeBar.
Woo! So, in today's episode, of course, we have to start with our drink. What a surprise, surprise, surprise. So,
I'm so
today,
shocked.
I know, we are starting out with cacti. So, this is a new drink. So, okay. The backstory is my brother turned 21 this past weekend, so happy birthday, Raj.
Happy birthday.
This is the
21st birthday.
Yeah, seriously, the one and only time that I'm going to
feel
tell you I love you.
The time. I know, to get lit, enjoy.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
But he went to Total Wine and finally actually bought his own alcohol. So he bought this Travis Scott edition cacti. I don't know if it's an edition cacti, but like the Travis Scott drink cacti. And it seems pretty cool, so we're going to try it for you today.
Yep.
So let us pop the can.
They say when you tap the can, it doesn't let it pop. Or explode. Ooh. Oh. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Kid Cudi.
Bitch, it's not Kid Cudi, it's Travis Scott. Oh my god. Okay, now that we've established that.
Wow.
It's fine. It's fine. So, in today's episode, okay,
Wait,
by the way,
let me tell you why I thought Kid Cudi. It's because
Yo,
I just saw
these are good.
I just saw Kid Cudi wearing a dress. And I was, did you
Huh?
see that?
No.
He like had this like thing that he tributed or whatever, and he was wearing a dress for his last show. And it just got sent to me on Instagram, and then my head was like, isn't Travis Scott the one who also had that McDonald's, like the McDonald's
Dude,
Travis Scott
to be honest,
meal?
I have no idea. I just know that Travis Scott had a baby with Kylie Jenner, and that's about it.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah,
no, I'm pretty sure, but you know what? I'm so bad about that stuff. But Travis Scott, excuse me.
But these are really good. Honestly,
The pineapple's okay.
I had the lime, and earlier we tried the strawberry. So we wanted to give you like a full round of like what these taste like.
Reviews.
Review. And honestly, I like it. I really don't mind it.
I think the strawberry one is actually better.
Yeah.
But the pineapple's not bad. But
the lime is pretty good, but I think the strawberry just hits different, you know?
Okay, and for anybody interested, it's 150 calories.
Which is like, you know, every other one is like less than 100 calories.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
like
like
90 calories.
He should have competed a little bit more. And
Yeah.
it is 7% alcohol, but I mean, I don't know.
We'll give him a pass because it's Travis Scott, I guess. But like 150 calories is kind of steep on the skinny girl meter, you know?
Yeah, that's like, I mean, you're basically like sacrificing one whole drink you could have of White Claw.
Yeah, seriously.
For all the basic bitches out there. Me
Regardless, it's okay.
But
But
no,
I feel you. Honestly, like, I kind of have to think like that now because, you know, girl getting married.
girl.
And
Everybody's trying to stay fit. And let me tell you this, I mean, it's good, but I would give it like a 6 out of 10.
I would give the strawberry a good, like, 8 out of 10. Compared to White Claw, I think maybe I'm just so over White Claw. I've thrown up one too many times over White Claw, so I just don't think I'm about it anymore. But as far as these go, like, I would drink it, just I would be mindful of the 50, 60 extra calories per drink, regardless.
And there's, like, some cool designs. Like, everyone has a different design.
Yeah, like...
He did a good job of the marketing.
The branding, if you will.
Branding.
But... Hey, Ariel, so were you ever part of a multi-level marketing company?
Really? Well, actually, now that you ask, would you like to be sponsored? Okay, so we kind of were like talking about it because, and I was actually trying to pull this up earlier.
Yeah.
So one of my friends, Julie, sent me
Hey, Julie.
this meme, right? So she creates a meme of myself.
We'll post it on the BabeBar account.
Yeah, we'll post it. It's kind of funny. But so, you know, she sends me this meme out of nowhere, and it's a screenshot of me from one of the last BabeBar episodes. And she goes, when you run into an old friend that is being extra nice to you, and it's like this meme where I'm like flipping my hair, like,
We'll post it, don't worry.
We'll post it. And then she says, and they ask you if you've ever heard of Amway. And she sent me this, and I laughed so hard. And I was like, you know what? Like, this is so funny, but it's also, like, so much of my life.
Yeah.
So I, was talking to Simran and telling her whatever, and we just said, let's talk about it and kind of.
I haven't even heard the full story. I feel like you've kind of told me bits and pieces about it, but I haven't really ever heard a full meal deal. So
yes,
tell me about it. I don't even know kind of what a multi-level marketing company is.
Okay, so have you heard of the companies like Mary Kay, for example? It's like, let's throw a makeup party, So Amway is basically the same thing, except they have everything under the sun, everything, anything you can think of, like skincare, makeup, energy drinks, bar soap, an air purifier, anything you can think of. Okay. And they have all these partner stores and this, so they any way you slice it, you can be a part of it is really the way they talk about it. But so really for anybody that is not aware of multi-level marketing companies, it's basically where you yourself get into business for yourself and then you sponsor people, you create a team, you use these products they are literally your life source. And it's a whole different world.
I feel like it's a rabbit hole. The way that you were describing it to me, you were in it for 5 years?
So I was in it for 5 years. And actually I still have an active membership in Amway. And so for all my Amway peeps, if you're hearing, hello. But yeah, it is definitely not what people make it out to be. I think that's something very necessary to say. I got into it when I was 18 years old. I kind of got sucked into it in this weirdest way. But yeah, I started getting involved in this multi-level marketing company. And before I knew it, I was 22, years old.
Knees deep.
And
neck deep.
Neck deep. Fucking actually my forehead would deep. And I just was in it, And then I started realizing wow, this is something that I think is becoming normalized, but it's not very normal, Okay,
can you go into that further? Because, I know you had a very interesting experience with Amway, and I don't think interesting in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So Simran and I met a little bit later, I guess. And
I think right after you got out, almost.
Yeah, actually, because it was right after I got out. Yeah. And many reasons why. When I was in it, you're so focused on the business and you're this is, your life and the people around you and everything. But it is a little bit,
Mike, help.
It is a little bit when you're in it, you don't really talk to anybody else. You don't fuck with anybody else.
Really? Even, are you talking about within the company? Within your group, you don't mess with anybody else? Or, even outside?
And outside, because it's, if you are not in this, if you are not on the team, then you are kind of, outside of what matters in life. And I don't think that that's a very healthy thing to breed. And, for a long time I was in it. And for anybody that's in a multi-level marketing company, I think that they're great. They serve a purpose and they can be wonderful. But for me, it was very cutthroat mentality at one point. If you're not in this with me, then you're not driven, and I'm going to go be driven and be with my successful group of friends that are really just normal people, but they're part of the same vision.
I feel like that's mentally just very challenging. There's already a lot mentally, in the world that we just don't need, that people put pressure, people put whatever on us, and that is just something that's see you later, sayonara, bitch. I don't want to know you, I don't know who you are, get out. At least that's how I would feel.
I mean, it's that's the thing. It's such a mindfuck. Honestly, I'm being so transparent right now. It is great people. There is good people in these businesses, you know? I mean, I say businesses, but it's definitely what you make of it. It can be a hobby for most people. But it is good people, but you need to realize you are still you cannot forget of who you were prior to it. And I think that is something that needs to be heard from anybody that's, came across our page for the first time. We talk about different topics every day. But really, this is something that is very important for you to take note of. It's not worth cutting off your life.
Dude, no, I totally feel you. I feel it's kind of rough, just I'm honestly, I'm really glad that you're shedding light on it, because I feel there are probably so many people out there that are feeling the same way or thinking the same way and really don't have an outlet to, talk about these multi-level marketing companies or feeling the way that they feel when they're part of these companies. So
Yeah.
You know? So tell me about a couple of stories where you feel, or like, I don't know, where you felt like you wanted to just not be about it anymore.
Okay, so like whenever you're in one of these companies, they have conferences or, you know, like different things that you come together that weekend, and it's like, you rah, 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 like, you know, inspiring, uplifting. It really makes you excited.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, there was one weekend where I talk about Julie a lot because, you know, in this time in my life, like, she was really my only friend that stayed, like, throughout, like, the whole business part of my life.
Yeah.
And, you know, she was like, let's go do this, let's go do that, like, let's book something, you know, like a trip. And then we were about to do it, but it ended up falling on the same weekend as a conference, and I, like, completely canceled the trip. And it was like, we booked our plans first, you know, but then you have to ask yourself, like, you know, yes, like, success, being, like, in a success mentality is very important. I don't want to, like, downplay that, but also, like, putting people in your life that you love first is more important.
Wait, so were these conferences required, or like...
No, like, that's the thing. Nothing's required. Like, you know, for anybody, and I say this because I know that there is like 1,000,001 multi-level marketing companies out there. There are so many. Mm-hmm. I don't know, have you ever been approached by somebody like introducing you to it?
Dude, not really, but to be fair, I like literally dropped out of school maybe like less than 6 months ago and have joined now 2 companies since then. The first one completely dissolved, and that was a whole situation.
The first one gave me MLM vibes, I'm not gonna lie.
It was a very interesting situation, and that is a whole episode on itself. I honestly feel like if anybody out there is trying to switch their life around and gets approached by one of these companies,
please message us first before you say anything back. Please.
Yeah.
I will personally get on the phone with you.
Yeah, it was a time and a half trying to like learn that company, learn the guy, learn the people, and like kind of get behind it. And at the end of the day, what was better for me was just to leave, because it was bad. It was a bad and a half. So regardless,
have you ever been to like one of those Mary Kay shows or anything?
I haven't. No, I've heard of them. There's a girl back in my high school, like, or not even high school, middle school, like before I moved houses, and I know she works for Mary Kay, drives the pink car and everything, but I don't know anything else about her. I just know that she works for that company.
I mean, being successful in a multi-level marketing business, it takes a lot of work. Like, one thing that I don't think that is very fair and transparent is they say like, oh, you'll be free from a job. Well, no, like, you know, you are still held accountable for your team. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to still be there. You have to still like be present. It takes your time. It's a different kind of way to spend your time. But yeah, it's a different way to spend your time, you know? I mean, you can say like clocking in for a job 8 to 5 is like hell, but you know, at the end of the day after that, like, you're done. You know, this is like round the clock. You are dealing with your team, your people. Like, you have to pour into them. It's just very different, you know, and for anybody that has become successful in an MLM company, I commend you. Like, that is amazing, and I'm very proud of you just from being, you know, on the other end of it. But, you know, I feel like I gave it my all for a very long, not my all, I gave it like 75% of myself for a long time.
I feel like there's only so much that you can give, though, to like a mentally draining company. Because, like, at a certain point, you're just like, okay, well, I need some energy to keep for myself, too. Like, just to live and breathe and eat and survive healthily.
Absolutely.
While I'm drinking, like, a fucking
we
beverage.
We need to survive very healthily over here, please. Okay, let me
with
just
our
drink
50, 60 extra calories.
Very healthily.
Yeah.
But no, it's just... You know, it's a different world. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, if I could summarize, like, 5 years for you guys in a sentence, I would, but it's actually impossible. But
wait, so tell me, like, a story where you were just like, no, I'm done.
You know, okay, so for me, it's, like, a little bit different. Because I was dating somebody in the company, and it was, like, one of those situations where I think for a while, for, like, the last couple of years, it was, like, you love this person, so you're in the company. Yeah. But, like, you know, it's because it's kind of like their vision. You want to adopt it into your vision. I mean, I'm sure you've had that with Nishan.
Me and Nishan are just, like, really different, though. But in the sense that, like, we were long distance for the better part of half of our relationship, or more than half of our relationship. So we've been dating for almost 6 years now, and I think up until really... the like first quarter of 2020 we were long distance. For like almost 4 years we were long distance, and just all of like up until like March through December of 2020 and up until now. So March 2020 till now, we've been like together and been doing better than ever. But yeah, we've just been long distance. So like I can't say that I've adopted his mentalities like work wise, but I have adopted his mentalities in like a different way. I feel like that's an episode in itself. We gotta talk about that.
Yeah,
like,
David's always like, adopt my work mentality. And I'm like, okay,
that is
just give me
yeah.
10 years. But no, like, yeah, like, I guess so where I'm going with that is that sometimes, you know, you do things for the people you love, and I think that's what it really became for me by the end of it. But yeah, like it's just something that, you know, anybody that gets approached with this, you need to really think through, because this is a lifestyle change. It's not going to be like, oh, like let me join this really cool business that's like, yeah, like for fun. Like it could be, but really, guys, the reality is if you want to be successful in a multi-level marketing company, you need to be all in. And all in means lifestyle change. It means that you need to be very happy and accepting to change, really, like, you know, you. And I think that can be a good or bad thing, but it's depending on where you guys are at in your own life. So I have a question. Like, it's so interesting to me because I feel like everybody has been contacted by somebody, but you have not. So what would be your take, like, genuinely, if we didn't even have this podcast like episode right now, if you got contacted by somebody, like what would your approach even be? Let's say if it was for a product that like you loved, like it was skincare, it was like, and she, you know, like, dude,
to sell it.
Yes, like, to sell it, and you loved the skincare, like what would be your approach?
I'd say no.
Why though?
Why? Because okay, so like my take on marketing, I think is just a little bit different than what someone else might think. I have always been very digitally creative. Okay, take away digital. I've been creative, right? Whether that be physically in my art or digitally in like video editing or graphic design or blah, blah, blah. And so I think that my goal for marketing was to kind of go into either like creativity, so whether that be, like I said, graphic design or content development or anything like that. But what if
somebody approaches you and is like, hey, Simran, but you run your own business and you can have that content creation and that content, like, design ability on your own page, but just specifically marketing these products?
I still wouldn't care. The reason why is because I have, like, whenever I dropped out, I had no, like, experience in the marketing field apart from me just like chilling on my computer at home learning Adobe Illustrator by myself. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I could say that I would join. I mean, like, my goal right now is to, like, I don't even know if this is too, like, weird to say, but I want to, like, do what I've always wanted, which is, like, do Instagram and do YouTube and, like, be that person that creates content for the enjoyment of others. My goal has always been to, like, help people, and I never, I guess, put two and two together that my helping people could also be in form of content, you know? And because, like, whenever I was in medical school, there was always, like, these certain YouTubers that I would watch, these certain Instagrammers that I would follow, and they brought me so much joy throughout the time that I struggled so much throughout school. And I never realized that also is a form of help. And I want to be that light for someone else. I want to be that source of entertainment for someone else because I enjoy that freedom of lifestyle, and B, I really enjoy, like, even more than the freedom of my lifestyle is, like, that help. Because I went into the career of medicine with the idea, I'm going to help people. I'm going to help people. But, like, I just didn't see myself being in that path and fulfilling that destiny, if you will. And I think my goal still is to help people, but I think it's in the form of entertainment and content. Like, I'm a funny bitch.
No, I love that. And I think that that's the most important thing to stick to. And although, you know, like, I guess I just want to say one thing, like, you know, anybody that does join one, or if you're already in one and you're just kind of like, you know, curious or whatever, you know, I would say being your most authentic self is the most important thing. Because what Simran is getting to, and her point, is that she wants to help, which means being authentic. And if that means, like, hey, like, your product specifically for, like, bath soap is not the best, you should probably own it.
Yeah.
And you should say, hey, like, yeah, I market for this bath soap, but to be honest, like, Dial soap is way better.
No, for sure.
And that's important.
Even down to, like, later on in life, I hope to one day get sponsorships, whether that be part of BabeBar, whether that be part of myself, like, as Simran
But
Lakari,
you should be
or
sure to
Simran
not
with my
take a
new
sponsorship
One-
from someone
exactly.
who you don't agree with.
100%. That's literally where I was going to, where I don't ever want to like take a sponsorship where I don't believe, because I just think that the people that follow me and the people that I love, that I'm giving entertainment to, I don't want to lose that trust with them.
That's the biggest thing, is I feel like trust. So I think that's like a really nice point to end on. But guys, like, we're like, everything in our world is built off of trust. Exactly. And without it, you're nothing.
Nothing.
So
no, my word is all I can give to, I guess, like, my followers and the people that follow me, and like just the people that I entertain, even the people that we entertain. And we don't ever want to bring you content that's weird. That's why we were like, hey, yo, we love Travis Scott. I like his music, not all his album, but some. But like, the lime is okay. The pineapple is like maybe subpar, but the strawberry was pretty good.
Guys, I do want to slip one thing in here. I do feel it. So like, this is a pretty good drink for like. Honestly, I guess 150 calories, maybe
It's
the
a
extra
steep-
50 is all alcohol.
Okay, maybe that's all alcohol. Yeah, I guess we do feel it more than we would a White Claw.
Yeah, definitely I feel it. Like,
But
I'm like halfway through the bottle and I feel like pretty
would
good.
I drink this over like a vodka soda
No.
with a little bit of Starburst Crystal Light? No.
But if somebody offered you a White Claw or this, I'd grab this one. Even with the extra
Yeah,
50
I'd grab the
calories.
strawberry. I'd grab the strawberry.
Strawberry or pineapple. I feel like I don't know about the lime, but I already was skeptical about it.
I don't know, dude. I guess I haven't tried the pineapple. I've tried the lime and the strawberry, and I think out of the two, I'd pick the strawberry.
I would still pick the strawberry, and I have the pineapple. And usually pineapple's supposed to be like, ooh, pineapple.
Yeah, the pineapple, like, fun. But
No.
regardless, we want to thank you so much for tuning in today to talk about just A, our cacti drink, and B, the multi-level marketing companies, and whether you want to be a part of it, whether you don't want to be a part of it,
And
or
anybody,
if you are.
yeah, and if you are, guys, like, wish you the best of luck. And also, if you are just, like, thinking about being a part of it, please feel free to drop us a
Reach
message,
out. Yeah.
yes, a DM, or just anything. I will literally call you myself, because hey, it's been a big part of my life. I'd love to help anybody in any way that I can.
Yeah, 100%.
But I do, wish everybody the best. So
100%. And remember, guys, to really, really stay true to yourself, because if you don't, you're living someone else's mentality. And I just think that that's not healthy,
I agree.
The only thing that you have is, your trust with your friends, your family, and your loved ones. And I feel like if you lose that, it's kind of hard to get it back. So stay truthful to not only yourself, but to others. So love you guys. And we are the
BabeBar.
Bye, guys. See you
Bye,
in our
guys.
next
See ya.
episode.